and like even when I just stop playing the game for a week, I usually have some kind of adjustment. I often have some kind of adjustment period where I need to get used to how the game controls again, but I haven't really had that since I started playing this game again like a few days ago. So yeah, I'm actually quite surprised at that. Like, on the topic of, like, people not really running this game, I have, like, kind of thought of some ideas to try and maybe get people more into it. Like, I've had the idea of hosting a speedrunning tournament, like a speedrun tournament, but, like, I don't... It's kind of one of those things where I kind of want to do it, but I also don't really... I only really want to do it if I know people will join. And I'm not entirely convinced there's enough interest in speedrunning this game to host a tournament for it. One of those, I think it's kind of one of those things where tournaments can help. They probably can help give a run more exposure and help more people get into it. But at the same time, it's also it's one of those things where you need to have like a decent, like enough people running the game already to actually warrant hosting one. Yo. Getting a lot of goat spots on negative space. Looks like I'm improving at that map somewhat. Nice. Ooh, okay. I was definitely too high there, so I ended up landing on the little thing that kind of juts out of the road. I think I also probably maybe subconsciously figured that I could maybe get greedy and get a thrust reset off of that, but it ended up not going well. Which is about the common story whenever I try and go for thrust resets in general. Oh cool, we're actually 5 seconds ahead. Also 6.69 possible time save. Nice. Funny meme number. Yeah. We definitely. I have definitely been partial to. I've been a participant in many jinxes on the stream. It's kind of become a bit of a inside joke in this stream that I call the jinx power. And if I say anything about how good the run is or the potential for me to PB, it's pretty obvious that I will inevitably mess up. Okay, nice. I was kind of torn on what to do there since I knew I was probably going to hit the checkpoint if I just went straight, so I was kind of just trying to decide which way to go. But what I did ended up working just fine, so that's pretty nice to see. I definitely went a bit high here. I'm moderately concerned I wasn't even going to hit the teleporter there. Thank you, quarantine capsule fan. That's absolutely what I wanted to happen. Not too bad, it's only 3 seconds. Last night PB mispronounced CP as Seppi. Talking about predatory balloon, right? That's the only person I can think of in the distance community who could have the initials PB. Ooh. Kind of awkward, but it works. Seppi. Imagine the distance announcer voice just being like, Seppi! Whenever you hit a checkpoint. So I don't think any kind of meme checkpoint thing could ever reach the greatness of testing 1, 2, 3, 3. Oh no, I definitely went off that wall a bit too low. Still like an okay time. Yeah, the death races are pretty good. I should maybe turn the announcer back on at some point. But for the time being, I don't know. I turned it off for my marathon runs, and then I just haven't turned it back on since then. You know, I'm just gonna take the safe strat here, because I'm ahead on PB pace. And I'm clearly having some trouble with the harder strat, so yeah, let's not do that. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. The announcer getting pretty annoying. I think Callie has like a similar opinion. Like, the Nitronic Rush announcer had a lot more variety in the lines, he could say. So nearly didn't get tower skip. That would have at least boost just to make sure that I got it without dying, but yeah, at least we got it. Doing it suboptimally is better than not getting it at all. Found the Nitronic Rush announcer annoying? No way! That's not a very good announcer impression. I might be able to do a better one if it weren't for the fact that this headset is kind of clamping down on my head. And a little bit on my neck as well, because I think I might have the band a bit too loose. The ear cups kind of like descend down to my neck a bit. So it kind of like constrains my vocal tract a bit, probably. Which is not exactly the most comfortable thing. To be honest, I probably need to get a different set of headphones. Like, I could maybe just straight up upgrade from a headset to like an actual dedicated microphone with like better headphones than this gaming headset that I'm currently using. But that would require some investment, and I don't really want to do that right now. Because I need to research a lot as to what I should buy. I realize that, just to be clear, that's not really an invitation to give me suggestions for microphone or headphone stuff. I'll deal with that when I actually feel like getting a better audio setup. Like, for the time being, just, I don't know, it's just something that I might want to do in the future. Yeah, what I have right now is serviceable, but I could definitely get something better, probably. I was also just partly as a response to me finding my headset a bit uncomfortable, because if I'm gonna get a new headset, I might as well just upgrade my entire audio setup, I think. Because I actually rely on one of my headset's features. It has hold on, I'm gonna stop talking for a bit so I can concentrate on this strat. Whew, got it first try, nice. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, since I found my headset uncomfortable, I think it makes sense that if I was to get a new one, I just upgrade my entire audio setup to something better. Mainly just because, I kind of rely on one of this headset's features, which is it has an inbuilt mixer. So you can use both a USB and a 3.5mm jack input at the same time. And I use that to get audio from both my PC and my Switch without having to do any cable shenanigans. And if I get a new headset, I probably won't have that feature, so I'd probably need to get like an audio mixer. And if I have to make that investment anyway, then I might as well upgrade my mic as well and maybe get better headphones. So like, I don't know, it feels like, I obviously don't need to do any of that, but it feels like a sensible thing to try and, like, it seems like a nice batch upgrade I could do. Yeah, that is true. There's always going to be something better than what you have. Oops, I released my look back camera button way too early, so gonna lose a bit of time there. But yeah, it's kind of like, oops, my grip button weirded out there. That's not a good sign. Hopefully this controller bumper isn't on the brink, because I've definitely broken my left bumper playing this game before. Yeah, going back to what I was saying, it's like, you can definitely, there's always going to be something better than what you have, but you can get, like, the best stuff that is reasonable to afford based on what you're doing. Like, if you're just streaming, you probably don't need, like, a super fancy, like, ultra-professional studio mic. But there's some pretty good, like, cheaper mics that you could get. That, like, are still gonna give you like a better quality than this cheapo headset mic. And like for most cases, they're gonna sound really good anyway. I guess part of that also just factoring into the fact, like, on Twitch, your audio is gonna be compressed a bit anyway, because you can, like, if you're following Twitch's guidelines, you can only like stream audio at 192 kilobits per second. That's apparently the like limit that Twitch enforces for audio bitrate. So like, you're not gonna get like super good quality out of it, out of a stream anyway. But you can try and get the best quality you can. Oh yeah, I need to remember to do a twist here. You like your cheaper headset mic? I mean, hey, whatever works, works. Oh yeah, like the old Torch music production streams. Those were pretty cool. I don't think anyone archived those, unfortunately. I think it's one of the few things that California has not. It's one of the lapses in its archives of distance content. Okay, didn't mess up Stronghold. Nice. Okay, this is approach. This is the real anxiety map. Because it's not super difficult, but it's really easy to choke. So okay. I mean, it's not, again, it's like, it's not that it's difficult, it's that, it's not a difficult map. In a vacuum, the skip is pretty easy. The problem is that it's an easy route at the end, like right at the end of the run, and you know how it is with speedrunning. It's always the small stuff that gets you. So having like an easy route right at the end of the run is actually pretty anxiety inducing. Probably depends on the person, but for me, it's definitely yeah, although really having any level of it, to be honest, I think is just kind of anxiety inducing to be at the end of a run to begin with. But the nerves definitely do make it harder to play well. Okay, good. We made it through Continuum. Now I just have escape to deal with. Please don't choke this. I'm gonna super wide just to be extra safe. Okay. That's a PB. We did it. Yo, predatory balloon. I really wasn't expecting to actually get a PB in this category when I've only really just returned to running the game. I wasn't even really sure I was really gonna keep running the game too much, just because my motivation has fluctuated wildly. But like, yeah, that's a pretty good run. Really wasn't expecting that. Let's save that. Obviously, get the build number up for the purpose of verification, because that's important.